Gather up your projects, settle in your favorite spot. It's time to stitch with Sarah at her stitchy Camelot. Let's celebrate each other, this community we've got. It's time to get down to Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my FlossTube channel, where we will discuss and celebrate all things cross-stitch. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and join me
at Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is FlossTube number 85. It is Wednesday, October the 8th, 2025, and I would like to take this moment to welcome each and every one of you to my FlossTube channel. As I do at the beginning of every video, I send love, hugs, and kisses to my husband, Stan, of 25 years yesterday, for writing and performing the intro song that you just heard. Yes, we celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary yesterday, and for those of you that are on Instagram, I did put up a reel of Stan singing the song that he sang at our wedding, Something About You. So if you're interested and would like to hear him sing something a little different than the intro song, that's there and that's available. But yes, 25 incredibly wonderful years, and we'll just keep going at that. So if you are new to my FlossTube channel, welcome. I am so glad to have you here, and I hope that if you like what you see, that you will subscribe, share, like, ring the bell, and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. And for all my returning viewers and subscribers, hello. I have just got a table jam-packed to share with all of you, and you know that I have missed you. So let's just dive right in. First of all, and very important, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I would like to take this moment to ask all of you to make sure that you get your mammogram. This is real important. I always say, or I used to tell my own patients, a breast exam is wonderful. It's not something to stress over, but you know, just knowing the lay of the land of the little girls is just perfect. And if you do that, even once a month, often anything that creeps up, you can possibly feel it and find it early. But we do, I do encourage you to get your mammogram. I should be getting my mammogram and my bone density this month. So I hope that all of you will do that and keep yourselves safe and healthy. So, and on that note, if you remember, I have shown, but for those of you who are new, these are some absolutely gorgeous pins, and they're called Anna Mae's Lace. They are designed by Teresa and Anna of Jersey Girl Stitch Co. And they are selling these on their website, which I will have linked below, for $25, and all of the money is going to the American Cancer Society for breast cancer research. So I encourage you, if you haven't, I did check right before the video and they are not sold out. So please, if you can, go and purchase a pair of pins, and let's keep fighting breast cancer with everything we've got. So, okay, now, let's see, I don't think really much has been going on other than big wedding anniversaries as far as any live stuff to catch up on. There will be some scattered things thrown in as I go through what's on the table. So I will start out with last Sunday, we did have Zoom number 23, and our guest surprise FlossTuber was Heidi of Stitching Faye. And she was just delightful. I feel like most of you do watch her, and I will have her linked below, but she's just darling, and she is a prolific stitcher, a beautiful, a whole random. I mean, she does the fancy ladies, she does samplers, she does small. She's an incredible stitcher and a delightful person. And Heidi, I was so happy to meet you. As far as FlossTubers, we also had Katherine of Stitching in Costume, and then just a fabulous group of women that just filled my heart. So these are such a wonderful way to spend time together. And our next Zoom number 24, will be on October 19th from 12 to 2. That'll be a Sunday, and that is 12 to 2 Pacific Daylight Savings Time. I think we switch in November, first part of November. But so without further ado, let's read the names of those that were selected for our next Zoom. And they are Beth B 3509, Alicia O _ at Upper Meadow Stitcher, Marion Von Desande or Desan, Marion, you know, I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name, and that's 6382, M. Thomas, 1937, Doxy Love Stitcher, 9287, Linnell's 242, a Mary Stitcher, and that is Mary. She is a floss tuber. Karen, a recovering monogamous stitcher, also has a floss tube. Thick _ threads, that's Eli, and Eli also has a floss tube. And Georgia Peach 260. So those are the 10 names for the next Zoom. And I will ask you, if you have not filled out the Google form, which I will have linked below, please do that. And we will, so that I will have your email address to send you the link just prior to the Zoom. Now, I realize I thought I was so proud of myself, but I don't think I wrote down when the next Zoom. I did. The next Zoom will be November 2nd, and that will be the change of daylight savings time. So, you know, you'll need to remember to do something with your clocks around that. And if you would like to be a part of that, please put Zoom in your comment. And again, that will be November 2nd. Okay, so we've got that. Now, we had a giveaway, but we did have a prior giveaway for The Long and Winding Road by Blackbird Designs. And that winner was Danette Rowe, R-O-E 8276. And Danette, I haven't heard from you, but I will give this one more week, and if I haven't heard from you, I will draw again from the episode where this was given away. Okay, and so the last giveaway was for a PDF from Mojo Stitches, and I had asked you to go on her website, her Etsy shop, and look around and see which pattern tickled your fancy. And if you will email me with my email, which is in the drop-down box, the sample, the PDF that you have chosen that you would like to receive, then I will have Joanna email that to you. So, and the winner for the Mojo Stitches PDF is Wilma Marks 9758, and I will have run her card across. So Wilma, congratulations. I hope you pick out a great chart and you will enjoy it so much. And I hope a lot of you got a chance to go over and take a look at Joanna's website, Mojo Stitches, and maybe you already picked out a couple of things that you like. but over the course of the next, several floss tubes, I want to try to highlight an international stitcher and give away a PDF so that because of the tariff situation, we remember them and get to celebrate their small business. Okay, so we did that. Now, I'll talk about that there. I do want to say that I did change out my piece behind me, and this is the Addams Family by the Little Stitcher. And if you can see over there, I have put out my Halloween pillows, and the framed piece is Halloween Delivery by Plum Street Samplers. So, okay, let's do the shout outs, okay? I had 2 brand new floss tubers that I wanted to shout out. The first one is Rachel of 5 Oaks Farm Stitching, and I will have her linked below. Rachel lives in Texas. She is a quilter and she crochets as well as cross stitch. She was delightful, a wonderful first video. And so I encourage you to all go over and welcome Rachel. And the second brand new stitcher was Noelle Stitches, and I will have that linked below. And Amber works at the Silver Needle, so wow, that's pretty cool. And she is an absolute fan of Primrose Cottage. And in her first video, she did show a lot of her Halloween finishes, which would be a lot of inspiration for the month of October. She also tells a very funny story about a chainsaw. I'll leave it at that. You go over there and welcome her, and you can find out what that's all about. But she's quite funny. Amber Noelle Stitches and Rachel of 5 Oak Farm Stitching. Those are the 2 brand new floss tubers that I'm hoping you'll all go over and subscribe and give them that good community welcome that we can all do. All right, so we've done that. Let's just check that off. Oh, and speaking of floss tubers, I did want to also mention that Tommy, Thomi, of Tommy Creates, I will have her linked below, would love to make 500, would have 500 subscribers. And when she makes that, which she's very close, she has a design of her own that she is going to have a giveaway for. And it is gorgeous. So please go over and watch her latest floss tube. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And then when she hits 500, you'll have the opportunity to put your name in for that gorgeous design that Tommy did herself. She is extremely artistic and very talented, and I'm sure that you will enjoy her floss tube. So, okay, so we have that. I have to take a drink. I am just having a drink of water. Mel, hi. Okay, so we did that. So I think if we go into our shares now, then as I move into my fully finishes and new starts, I can talk about some very exciting, I'm just very excited things. Okay, all right, so we have 3, but we have more than 3, but we have 3 stitchers that have shared their designs. And so we'll start with Desiree, who has crowned her husband the king of chocolate. She stitched the chocolate sampler by Jean Lee from the Attic. And she stitched this on 36 count cocoa by Fiber on a Whim with MPI silk. And it is stunning. I really, I don't know where I can start anything else, but you know I will, but it's gorgeous. And her second share is a little Quaker-esque, and that's by Blue Ribbon Designs. She stitched this on 36 count prairie sand with the Gentle Arts Brethren Blue, and it is gorgeous. And Desiree, I thank you as always for sharing your beautiful stitching. Next, we have Stephanie, and this is her finish of Fairy Moon by Mirabilia. Unfortunately, this is an out-of-print chart, but can sometimes be found on the secondary market or D-stash. Stephanie stitched this on a 32 count Lugana called, oh my goodness, I must have wrote that down incorrectly. If I remember, I'll run the name of the fabric below because I don't think that this is correct. This looks like gibberish. But anyway, a 32 count Lugana, and it's by Fabrics by Stephanie. And it is just stunning. And Stephanie, I know you're so proud of this, as well you should be. And finally, from Angie, we have a couple of pieces. Angie is the queen of 1/1 stitching. And her first one is the Patriotic Biscornu by, this says SITEN Stitchworks. So I'm not familiar with that, but I'm going to assume that is the correct designer. So SITEN Stitchworks. She stitched it 1/1 on 32 count Poetic Pony Boy by Those Missing Stitches. And she used Silks for You and Mrs. Sada's silks, and it is stunning, Angie. It measures 2.75 inches square, so that's little. And the second finish is Stacy Nash's Animal Crackers by Stacy Nash's Animal Crackers, and it is Maggie May. This is also stitched 1/1 on 32 count platinum, and it finished up as 1.75 by 3.75 inches. And just darling. So so those are our shares. So I always want to encourage you when you finish something that you would like to for me to share. I hope that you will photograph it and send it to my my email, which is in the drop down box, so that we can all enjoy and celebrate your stitching. Okay, so let's do, I will do, I want to talk about the Historical Sampler Company, because coming right up will be the start of the Magical Gingerbread House Stitch Along. That will start October 13th, and you will receive that first part by email. And it can still be purchased, so you know, that is there. So I will have all the information down below for this stitch along. And their October box I have not received as yet, but I will be running across pictures from that. And the exciting thing, and a bit of a change, is that this box can be purchased from October 1st through the 31st. It doesn't, the ability to purchase does not stop on the 25th of the month as before. So the entire month of October, you will be able to purchase either the full kit, the box with, you know, the tea bag and the finishing supplies, chart, fabric, or you can get just the chart, fabric, and threads, or you can just purchase the PDF of the chart, and you can do that through the 31st of October. So that is, you know, the offerings from Historical Sampler Company, which has just been a joy to be a part of. And I also want to remind everybody that Stephanie of Lindy Stitches will be hosting the Jingle Ball, and that will be the first weekend in December. It promises to be fabulous. She has so many designers. There are classes. I will have it linked below. So make sure that you go and take a look and see if you want to do any of the classes and purchase your ticket. And I hope to see you there in some of the stitching rooms. So, okay. Now, as far as, let's get into my stitching. I want to show, I'll show my, my book so far for October. This is my book of days. As I have been doing, I have had 36 starts so far this year and 18 finishes. So, all right. So I have 2 fully finishes. One I'm going to show you right now, and then the second one will come up as I do my works in progress. So my first fully finish is the piece from, this is Determined Woman by Sobe Stitchery. And this has been gifted, but I wanted to be able to show you. This is the back. Has been gifted to my oldest daughter because nothing is impossible to that determined woman. And I'm very proud of her. And so this is the finish. So now, so far, from Sobe Sarah, I have her own thoughts and Determined Woman. And the exciting thing is that Sarah, oh, and I wanted to tell you, this is ruched, and it's from Lady Dot Creates, and it's called Old Raisins. And it's a very interesting color because when you're in person, there is a sort of a reddish undertone to that. And so that is Determined Woman. But I just heard from Sarah of Sobe Stitchery, and she has a new chart called Louisa's Wisdom. And this says, I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship. And I love it. And Sarah has graciously allowed me to send the PDF to one of you. So this will be one of the giveaways this month. Sarah is in England, and so this will be a PDF. So this can go to anyone. All I will need is your email address. So I just want to remind you, please don't put winner, freebie, prize, anything like that might attract the people that we don't want to attract. And I haven't decided whether, if you're under 18, just have your mother ask for it. But all I need is your email address to send you. And the word for this will be ship, and I will run that across. So this is Louisa's Wisdom, and that is from Sarah of Sobe Stitchery. And Sarah, thank you so much for thinking of me, and thank you so much for the ability to have been able to finish these other 2 pillows. So now I can get that off to Diane, and she can take that home with her. Okay, so now I have 2 new starts. No, let me talk about this first. A Dutch stitcher, Hanneke, has finished fully designing and charting a gorgeous floral piece that she took off of that had been stitched on the arm of a chair, a couch-like thing, in one of the museums that she visited, and she had the permission to chart it. And she has been working on that, and it is stunning. And she has now released the chart. And here it is. And it's called Wildflowers. Look at that. It has quite a few DMC, but you need quite a few DMC to get the incredible detail that she has put in this. So I will put her Etsy shop below, so please go take a look at this, and let's celebrate her first big charting. She has other pieces in her Etsy store, but this is the first real big piece, and she has worked so hard on it. So this is Wildflowers by a Dutch stitcher, and I will have her Etsy store listed below. And congratulations, Hanneke. It's gorgeous. Okay, so, all right, so we did that. So I have 2 new starts. So as I told you last time, or a few times ago, I don't know, I'm making Friday my bird stitching day. So I wanted to start a new chart to go along with Birds of a Feather by Mama Loves You GB that I've been working on. And I chose Mojo Stitch's Mary Barton's Works. Is it? Yeah, Mary Barton's Work. And I started this on, do I have my paper? I guess I haven't put it in. I started this on, I'm pretty sure it is 40 count Prairie Grass by Seraphim. And these are the colors, just a little ratty, but look how beautiful. Look at the pinks, the blues, the greens. Oh, so gorgeous. And I am doing it in a mixture of overdyed and DMC. So if I had the overdyed, I used it. If I didn't, I'm just using the DMC. And this is my start. Isn't that beautiful? So that's Mary Barton's Work on 40 count Prairie Grass by Seraphim. And as part of I Didn't Wait, I got some happy mail from Brenda. And look at this project bag. And this is a, this zipper pull, you know, I can tell you because there was a beautiful card in here that I pulled out the card. Let me get it. A beautiful card. And the zipper pull is from Charlene of the Grateful Thread. So, and it was a sweet card and a beautiful note, Brenda. You know what you mean to me. And there she made a needle book that says Sister Stitcher. Look how sweet. She's got her name tag on it. It has a beautiful tie. There are, there's a friendship pin and some decorative pins and counting pins, and I'm beside myself. So thank you, Brenda, so much for thinking of me. And so that is going, and the day I received it was the day I had the new start on Mary Barton's Work. So let's show that chart again. So this is, and this is my progress. Just one more time. So now I can split Fridays up between this and Birds of a Feather. And it's really stitching up very quickly. It's just lovely. So that was my first new start. Okay, let's move that here. My second new start is also very exciting. I have just been so excited about our designers and what's going on. So I got, are you guys ready? Kenzie of Mud Puppy Stitchery kindly sent me this chart. And you can imagine that I flipped out. So this, and she had a second new release, and Kenzie, I apologize that I didn't run off a picture of it, but they're little foxes and they're really cute. But I'm also going to be able to give away a copy, a PDF of the Pollinator Sampler. And the word for that is going to be hummingbird. And I just had to start it. So it has, a fair list of DMC, but I got those pulled, and I went ahead and gave it a start. And I started, and look, I will show you. I don't have them all. I put my threads on floss drops as I use them. I don't so those kind of give you an idea of some of the colors. And I started it on another piece of Swan Bay fabric. Oh my goodness, do I love stitching on this. So this is my start on the pollinator sampler. Look at the red in that flower. I will tell you, if you purchase this, really watch as you go around and do the border. There are some subtle changes, but if you count and you just be aware that they're not all exactly the same. But that is the pollinator sampler by Mud Puppy Stitchery. So I will have, obviously, Kenzie's FlossTube links below. I will have her Etsy store links below. And Kenzie, I am touched from the bottom of my heart that you thought of me. And I will be thrilled to, again, send out a copy of the PDF, and the word will be hummingbird. I did want to show, for those of you that are new, this is a project bag that I made recently. I actually had enough to make 3 bags. This was some fabric of my mother's, and I just love it. It's got a great weight, but I will. I have something called the Kodak Step, and it is actually a printer that Bluetooth connects to your phone and will print pictures. And so I make a tag, and I put the picture of the what I'm stitching on the outside, and so it kind of works as a zipper pull, and so that I know what's inside. So so that's a Kodak Step. I think there's several brands. I actually I got mine on Amazon, and it is the second one I've had. So and I like it better. I think the first one, I don't remember the brand, but it didn't seem to last very long, so I wasn't very happy about that. But anyway, so those are my 2 new starts, and so I'm going to get to stitch that hummingbird. You know, I still want to do the one that Mary from amerrystitcher sent as well, but this one I just had to get going. Okay, and then the giveaway for Sobe Stitcheries, and so those will be the 2 giveaways this month, and we'll recap on that as we go. So I think, my goodness, I do have another fully finished that you'll see when I go through my works in progress. So, all right, let's jump into that, okay? All right, my first one is Baldequin Birdies by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is my focus piece for Andrew's #Whip into Shape, which is we are stitching for the miles that he trains for the New York Marathon. I have actually kept up with this. So I am doing 10 stitches for every mile he runs each week, and I put them in on Saturdays. I'm stitching this on a 25 count Lugana light mushroom 1/1, and I'm using the Pirate and Robin cotton floss in the color Redstone. And this is where I am. So as you can see, if you've been here before, I have come down. It's been a little hard to go across because I don't really have anything to anchor it to, but it's gorgeous. I just love those little stitches. So that is Baldequin Birdies by Modern Folk Embroidery. Jason Cross Stitches, he is really coming along with his. It is also his focus piece for Whip into Shape, and it's gorgeous. So there are several people stitching this, and they are all stunning. And that probably has a lot to do with the fabulous designer that Jacob is. So, okay, My next is my other bird piece, which is Birds of a Feather, circled together, and this is from Mama Loves You GB. I am stitching this on a 36 count love letter from Color and Cotton, and I'm using the called for DMC, and I am using the colors from the back of the sampler. So this is where I am. So this is really coming along. So I've gotten all the greenery in, and I have gotten this much work on the third bird. Isn't it just beautiful? And this Color and Cotton piece is just stunning. Oh, I really love doing birds, Kim. Okay, so Birds of a Feather. So these two pieces I will work on Fridays. Hopefully I won't see a squirrel and start another bird, but well, I guess I'd have a little bird with the hummingbird from the pollinator sampler, but anyway. So that is hard to get back in here because I have a lot of colors. Okay, so that is Birds of a Feather by Mama Loves You GB. Next, we have my red sampler, which is I stitch on Thursdays, and this is a French Fancy, also by Mama Loves You GB. Am I showing? Yeah, okay. I am stitching this on a piece of 56 count Coffee au lait, and I'm using a Verissois Soie Surfine in the color 2644. And this is my progress. So I have 2 rows finished. I really got worked on this middle section here. I started the next row, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So that is a French Fancy by Mama Loves You GB. And that is my red sampler. And I did mention before that Sarah of Sew Me Sarah has also started this, and it's gorgeous. And I can't wait to see her next FlossTube and hear all about Stitch in London, and see her if she's had any progress since I last saw it. Because this is also a project bag that Sarah made me as well. Okay. The next is after I did work on the Red Deer sampler in the month of September. I think I gave it 5 or 6 days because it is a piece that I have in common with Steph of Lake Girl Stitches, and it was Steph's birthday month. So that is Red Deer sampler by GGR. And I'm stitching this on 36 count 1001 Nights by Extrude Designs. And I am using the Vicki Clayton silks. So this is, let's see. I'm sure there'll be a lot of dangling threads because you probably want to see it from the front. Okay, so I think there's always usually another flower put in. And then I worked in this area right down here. So here. So I got this done, and I've started in here on I think this is the pot that all these flowers will go into. So, oh my goodness, I love it. It is just a joy to stitch. So that's the Red Deer sampler by GGR. With Vicki Clayton silks. It's fun, you know, I sort of just kind of got in the groove, and I thought, oh, I think I'll just keep working on it. But I just got to move around, I guess. Okay, so that is that one. And then because I do Christmas stitching on Sundays, I gave one of my Sundays since I saw you last to work on Lit by the Artsy Housewife. And I am stitching this on a piece of 40 count maple bar by Cedar River Linen. Another joy to stitch on. And I'm using the Call for Overdyed floss. Border is no joke, but this is where I am. Okay, so I took this border down to here, so I think I was right around here. I did some more work on the antlers. I colored in one of the light bulbs. So kind of slow going, but anyway, I love it. It's gonna be so cool. So that's Lit by the Artsy Housewife. Okay. Next, we have, oh, I don't know who I saw working on this. It could have been, I don't know if it was Audrey of Stitch Bead or, anyway, it is Hannah and Emma Foster by Pineberry Lane. I picked this up in February when I was at the attic with that small retreat. And I am using Katie Strachan's conversion into Gobelins on a piece of 37 count or 38 count Legacy in the color Irish Coffee. And so she almost has her dress. Well, she's getting close, but she does have two arms. She has two arms. She has a tree. She has a little purse. I really, really enjoy using these Gobelins on this count of fabric, the 38 count. I love the way they lay. I just really enjoy using them. So that's Hannah and Emma Foster. Oh, look at those sweet. You see, even the white, see how good they look? So that's by Pineberry Lane. And it is in a beautiful project bag made by my friend Steph of Lake Girl Stitches. And it's got lots of bling. So that is that piece. Let's turn this way. Okay, next we have, oh, right here, I did want to show, I'm trying not to show it every time, Aria's stocking, which is a Wildlife Christmas by Cooler Designs. But I got the owl almost finished, and he's so cute. So this is stitched on 14 count White Ada by Zweigart. And this is to be done for the Christmas of 2026. But look at the owl. Look at his little glasses. Oh, he's so cute. So I got that done, and then I started, some of this, there's just a lot of stitching. And I did get a couple of, I've got the back stitching done here. I did the back stitching that goes there. So that is, where I am. And I really am enjoying stitching on it. So that's a Wildlife Christmas by Cooler Designs. It is a big stocking, but Vince's stocking was big as well. So, okay. Next we have, let's see what we have here. Oh, yes. Well, I showed you guys this. This is a stitch along with the designer, Rosie, of Rosie in the Rockies, and it's Elizabeth Metcalf, 1860. And we have a group and a group chat going. And if you would like to start this, and if you let Rosie know, or Kim, the contented needleworker, they can get you into the chat. We do have Zooms planned, hopefully, as we work with this together. Susan Stanley's working on it. I think Holly of Hobbies of Holly has started it. Rita, Renee, Rebecca of Becca Stitches Everything. I'm so sorry, Rebecca. I'll run it across. Anyway, it's a great group. And I am stitching this on a piece of 46 count Vintage Meadow Rue by Lakeside. Wow. And I am using the called for overdyed floss. I did substitute 2 colors, and one was, I could not find St. Bernard, and so I used Classic Colorworks Cottage Blue. And for more contrast, I switched out the eggshell to Perfect Pie Crust. So I have completed now the first, I did the bird up here, the little blue bird. I have completely finished this here, and I had gone down and started the flowers under that. I am stitching this a la Kim, Contented Needleworker, sans border, without the border. So it's just, look how the whites just pop. Oh, it's gorgeous. So that's Elizabeth Metcalf, 1860, by Rosie in the Rockies. And it has a new home in a project bag that I made, but the thing is that I made one for Steph for her birthday in the same fabric, and I wanted to have one just like her. So that is, and it actually has kind of matching lining, which you guys, you'll never know what you're going to see inside there. But this is like a Kathy Holden or Kathy Holder fabric. So that is Elizabeth Metcalf. And next we have, okay, this is one of my Whip Go calls for October, and that is the Smith Sampler by the Scarlet House. This is one that needs to get done because I think I started this in 2022. And I love working on it. It's not, so I'm stitching it on a piece of 36 count Cottage Stone by Color and Cotton, and I'm using the called for silks. This was kitted up at the attic, and so I have concentrated on this motif right here. So it is almost completely done. So that is the Smith Sampler. I love the whites, just gorgeous. I have decided that I'm just going to mimic the border here and not put the Smith in 1/1. So I think that this has only had 2 days so far. My Whip Go goal is to put 3 days in, but I will probably try to give this 5 at least half days to get as much done as I can. Okay. Next we have, and now you're going to get to see my fully finish of another piece. This is, because it's October, I'm trying to do some Halloween stitching or some fall stitching. The Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom by Not Forgotten Farm. I am stitching this on a piece of 36 count R&R Barbara's Blend, and I'm using the called for DMC. And this is what I got done. So I completely filled in the roof here. I worked on this. I did those points, and I am putting in I put in some orange. I tried to put a thread of the orange in on his face. So that's the Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom by Not Forgotten Farm. And it lives in a new project bag I made with Halloween, which is a Not Forgotten Farm piece. And it has a zipper pull that I made. This was from calendar paper. Isn't that cute? And I think, yeah, it's not too bad. I did kind of have to goof around with the lining. But anyway, they're so sweet. So that is my work on Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom. So I'll probably try to continue giving it some stitches for this month. My next is, oh, I'm getting so close on this, is the Cotton and Twine box for January, Stitching My Way to Happiness, and this is by Emma Congdon, Stitch Rovia. The box came with everything for finishing, so I have the hoop, the thread, and I am doing it on a 32 count linen with, I always need something, let's see, will this work? Yeah, 32 count with one thread over two, but I'm really close. So I just have some flowers over in here. So happiness, all the words are in, so it's very close. So that's Stitching My Way to Happiness by Stitch Rovia. And I just think it's so sweet. Put that over there. And I'm using the Call for DMC, which comes with the kit. Okay. Next we have another, this was sort of a happy hour stitch, but it's the fairy reindeer. You guys know I just love it. And this is by the Artsy Housewife. This was from her Patreon. And I am stitching it on a piece of 36 count heirloom lace, which is colored cotton. And I'm using the Call for DMC. And so her sleeve is in, I filled in her wand, and this is the bottom of her dress, which means I am very close to the socks that I really want to do. So that is Fairy Reindeer by the Artsy Housewife. And look, it just, you know, I mean, I don't like to waste any fabric, especially the linen. So that went on there well. We don't want that to go in there. Okay. Then next we have, oh my goodness. This is another Halloween piece that I'm working on. I started this last year, and it is Halloween Time by the Witchy Stitcher. And I love this because this one I actually tried, and I love working with a toile. So it has a couple of toile colors. I think the orange and the black. So I am stitching this again on another incredible piece of fabric. This is Genuine Julian by Those Missing Stitches. It's a 36 count. Yeah, 36 count. And here is what I've gotten done. So the cat's completely done. Now these letters all have, I think, 2 more colors in them. So unfortunately, this was supposed to be a white moon, but it's an orange moon now. But isn't it just cute? Look at those crazy teeth. So this is Halloween Time by the Witchy Stitcher. And I love it. And it lives in a project bag that was made for me by creative country girl, Tammy, with the Teresa Kogut fabrics. And it's the perfect size for this. And so I just love it. It's so, so pretty. And then finally, and pretty soon you won't be seeing this one. This is my 2 Threads a Day, Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. For those of you that may be new, this is sort of the second time I've stitched it, but that's okay. I was so off in so many places, but now everything's going swimmingly. So I'm stitching it on a piece of 36 count Endora by Needle and Flax, and I'm using Vicki Clayton silks. And here's where I am. So I just got little snippets of the border to put in. All the words are in. Just this part of the house, the doors in. I think I have just some of the little typical Blackbird doodads either right in here, but you know, they're just a few stitches. I think it'll be done next time you see it. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I just love it. So that's Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. 2 threads a day will get it done. Phoebe of Moonshine Stitchery, what she has done with 2 threads a day on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow is just amazing. So those are my whips, or my works in progress. And so how exciting. So I sort of mingled some of my happy mail with the projects that I was showing you. So I have a couple of other things. Paula of PS Studio, she has a FlossTube, and she did come to one of these Zooms, and I will have her linked below. But she knew that I got a copy of this chart that was sent to me. And she had, you could make the envelope, you could make the napkin. And she had, and I think what you do for the napkin is you put in, I think it's this, but I haven't really checked it out, but I think it's this that you can put in this corner. It's 28 count. So I would do that probably 2/2. But I thought that was just so sweet. She actually worked for Cross Stitching Country Crafts. I'm almost positive. I know she did. Several, many years ago. So anyway, so Paula, thank you so much. I'll get that ironed, and I'm hoping to get a start. I'll probably, kind of wait for summer for that, but I think it'll be beautiful. So I got that. Thank you so much. And then I got some beautiful cards. This one is from Peggy, and they were thank yous, and you don't have to do it, but it was for giveaways. Isn't that sweet? And just lovely, lovely words and notes. I got this darling card, and this was from Sarah of Sobe Stitchery. And I got this one from Diane, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Diane. Again, she was the winner of one of the giveaways. Isn't that gorgeous? So thank you so much, and again, thank you for the kind words. So those were my that was my happy mail, and let me make sure that I don't have anything else here. Okay. So let's recap. Well, let's talk about plans. My plans for the month of October will be to do my whip go calls. And my other piece that was called is Winter Wonderland by Blackbird Design. So I look forward to getting some work done on that in anticipation of Christmas. I want to keep working on my Halloween pieces. I don't know if any of, well, I know Away We Ride we'll get a finish, so that's good. And then, you know, I will just throw in whatever strikes me. So, because I love to be able to do that. I'll have my bird day and my red sampler Thursday, and then Sunday is Christmas Christmas stitching. So now, so we can recap. So Zoom number 24, which I called out the names for, will be October 19th on a Sunday, 12 to 2 p.m. Please make sure that you fill out the Google form if I do not have your email address. I will list all 10 in the description box down below, and there will be the link for the Google form down below. The next Zoom will be November 2nd, which is a Sunday, which is daylight savings time. Or it either goes or comes. I can't keep up with it. It's a change. So, and if you would like to participate in that, please put Zoom in your comment, and I will pick 10 names for the next FlossTube, which will be FlossTube number 86. I have 2 giveaways. The first is the Louisa's Wisdom from Sobe Stitchery, and that is the word will be ship. And I've already put up the other one, which will be the sampler, the pollinator sampler by Mud Puppy Stitchery, and that word will be hummingbird. So I think that yeah, I think that covers everything. And then Danette Rowe, if you could get in touch with me, you did win this, but if I don't hear from you by the time I'm ready to record the next FlossTube in 2 weeks, I will select another winner for the Long and Winding Road. So yeah, I think that's where we are. So wow, that was just great fun, and I'm kind of sad it's over, but don't forget your mammogram. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we have all been touched in some way. And let's stay on a high level of alert for love. Oh, we need a high level of love and empathy and compassion and being there for each other. Is so important. And you guys have taught me so much about that, and this community continues to teach all of us about the force of love that we are. So I think I've covered everything on the table. So I'm going to ask you to grab your stitching, get comfortable, and stitch what you love. Every one of you, I love from the bottom of my heart. Bye-bye. Until next time.
I moved your chair.
Yeah, we're trying a different setup so you can sit next to your sister. Do you like it? Key.